Oh. Did you go this way? Ah.
Hi everyone, we're at Grain Fort today. We're currently standing on the main part of it. In fact, a lot of the concrete structures that are here are actually original parts of the fort itself. Originally Napoleonic, designed to stop any vessels going into the Thames. As you can see over there is Essex. And this is part of a defence network with Grain Battery here, West Grain Battery over there, Grain Fort, or Grain Tower Fort, should I say. Call it T1 as well, Thames number 1. And then Grain Dummy Battery over there. So all of this place was absolutely fortified. It's kind of hard to sort of stratify it now because of what we're standing on, but it was part of a coastal defensive network. This particular place was demolished on top, so you can't really see much of what was actually on top of it. But what we're finding is the caponiers and the magazines that are underneath it. In fact, there's one main magazine which is huge. I've been here before, but as you can see, it's so overgrown, trying to remember where it is. It's probably the most difficult thing in itself, full stop. So me and Luke are going to get cut with rose thorns, and then hopefully we'll find it. Cool. Right, that's one of them. Yay, one found. One more to go. So we're assuming then that the other one's going to be on that side then, which makes sense. Actually, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going on this way.
Just don't break your arm like you did last time.
No. Well, too early for that.
Whee!
Oh, God.
And these are the normal bits that we don't film.
There is a gracefulness in my approach, Luke, you know. Absolute gracefulness.
And again, I just go gung ho. What is the likelihood of me messing up a wasp nest again?
Well,
and then getting stung again? Christ. Whee! Okay, that was a bit.
Alright, here we go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding when you said a tiny little
Yeah, I know.
hole.
They used this one I remember, because there used to be tarp here where you could somebody had kindly put some tarp so you didn't have to get your bum all wet. But there ain't none anymore. So yeah.
We normally bring everything with us.
I know.
Why?
It was just typical us, isn't it, really, mate? I'll get to try my new torch. So excited.
How many torches do you have now, then?
Well, in total, a lot. With me today, I have 4. I have my mini one.
It's always with you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always with me. Never lit that one. LED. But the most important one is that I'm getting to try out is number 2 strip lights, which somebody kindly commented on all the way from America. Did you believe that? On my new channel, one of my new subscribers was like, I really want to get one. LED strip lights they were on. But this bad bastard. And apparently it's meant to be mega powerful and it's got a trigger release on it. So the idea is you've got a lock, unlock. Has 3 functions, which is high beam, which clearly does not work.
Well, we are outside.
We are
it
outside.
is
Low
sunny.
beam and flash. Low beam, flash.
Well,
So
we'll have a look.
we'll try it
inside.
out. Fuck it. Right, okay. Who's first? Because then you can film me going in actually if you're going first.
Yeah. So I've just noticed that there's like a spider web thing going on. Do we reckon cave spiders in this one?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Oh,
They love it.
I don't. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going in. Yeah, I think so.
So we are actually inside Grain Fort now, and what's really exciting is that I've just used my brand new torch, and surprisingly, it's really good. So I'm really chuffed with this. So it's got 3 settings, which we're just going to quickly show you because we're torch crazy. So one is high beam, which is what this is on, low beam, Oh, keep doing that. High beam, low beam, and then flash. Well, the flash is quite weird, which we sort of said, but it's high beam. It's amazing because it's a true torch, it's got an unlock feature in it. And yeah, you can strap it on, but we're going to use this one today as well. And the best thing about it is, even though it's battery operated, and it's 150 hours, and already got mud. But welcome inside Graham Fort. So this is the, basically all this is this will go into like a T-junction when we get there. It's basically just corridors that's left in this part of Graham Fort. The other part that we're going to go to is a bit more complex than that. That'll actually be the main magazine, which is huge. It's mega huge. As I stated before, I've been here about 3 times. It's been my 4th time. Everything's always different. Every time I've been here, it's summertime. It's the first time that I've actually been here in the winter. And we've got muddy. But yeah, welcome. So let's go in and have a look. Look, you can actually see that how dusty. If that, hopefully the camera will pick up all the look. I'm so happy with the torch. Little things, please a bit of mine. But the torch is good. So most of this demolition was done in the 19. Oh look, I swear that was good. 13th of the 9th, 10th. Recent. Another one down there. 11th of the 9th, 10th. Original white wall. And it's really impressive. Most of the demolition rubble probably dates back to the 1950s because with pretty much all these coaches against the fort was that they were disused in 1956, I think it was, so after World War II. I'll talk more about the other part when we find it later on because that's probably way more interesting than it. It's just these narrow corridors. So it was split up in a minute, so go left and right. And, let's hope that's Tizer that's in there.
Iron Bull.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really cavernous, so you guys can't probably hear this. It will split the sound.
One more. Weird.
It's weird, isn't it? Very unusual acoustic. Original latches, believe it or not, probably dating from World War II when they had electricity down here. So that is an incredible sight to behold. Brilliant use of recycling. When you come down here, if you do come down here, you can see a lot of little pins stripped. Most of the time there would be wires going straight way down. See my amazing new torch? I can show you these. Let's go to this bit first, because this is the sort of short bit. Subdivides into 2 rooms. It's another original latch, and for Luke and I's benefit, no cave spiders. Well, only the entrance.
Well, they look like normal webs actually, so
yeah,
it's not too bad.
So, there's not much in both. So.
Well, should go right because it doesn't look like it.
It's like go left.
Already gone left.
So this is incredible. These are what the caponiers. So the idea would have been that there would have been muskets facing out this way. It's hard to tell now. Would have been an earthen bank. So the idea is that if they'd gone over one ditch, they would have been caught in like a trap, and then literally these weapons were just shot out at them. So they would have been caught in crossfire, literally in this like narrow corridor. And the best example is obviously Fort Amherst, if you ever get a chance. It's amazing caponiers there. I say it with a bit of a French accent because actually it derives from French. Another thing that we nabbed. That's British.
Parlez-vous en français?
Parlez-vous français? So yeah, here's some more caponiers. So again, rifle muzzles would have been facing, and they would have literally gone out that way, and shot at the enemy. So technically this should be Earth, really. But a lot of it's changed. As you can see, look, somebody's filled it in with wooden bricks there, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there's your Capignans. But let's go, let's find some more stuff. So this should be, what I remember, these will be the other Capignan over here. So as you can see, this was all bricked up. This probably would have followed through. Sunny in the end. Yeah, and then the another part of the bricked up bit there. So that is what most of you guys, if you've ever been to Grain, go along the coastal path, have probably trodden on. You didn't even realise it. Corridor here. On the video, you're probably going to see actually the map layout, but not for this part. The map layout that I'm going to show you is for the other part. We'll probably do it in chronological order because it's just going to be easier doing it that way. So yeah, look, these are probably World War II. Probably. Well, no, they are. Pretty sure they are. So yeah, a great example so far of something being used. But let's go down to the other corridor. Let's check that out. We can lead the way here. I just love the acoustics of this place. I mean, to be fair, considering probably a lot of people have actually gone down here, it's actually in pretty good nick still. You know.
Yeah, normally these places you get horrendous graffiti and stuff. I mean, obviously there's some there, but it's just not too bad, eh? Interesting. I was literally about to say, you can feel it in your feet where the ground's getting a bit moist.
Yeah,
Weird that someone's like...
See this? That's clearly the original floor, isn't it? Yeah, look. And that's probably all that rubble that we're seeing. It's the floor
yeah.
Taken out.
Spoke too soon. Did you just trip over them?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sounded like you did.
So this is the infill rubble on this side. There we go.
Okay, I almost fell over as well.
So yeah, here we go. So this is the other infill. So you can tell these corridors would have been quite sufficient. And you can just imagine these guys running, literally running, the threat of invasion, which never happened with the French, but it was a panic mode that they had, really, that they were worried that the French were genuinely going to come over and invade. And if you are the French, or any form of invading force, that's why there's so much coastal stuff around here, the obvious answer would be go to the Thames, go straight through to the Thames, right in the heart of London. And these places would have been your first, well, Napoleonic times especially, bar Sheerness, which we'll do at some point. These would have been your defensive points at which it would have been like, you know, bombarded with shells. There was, I think, the first phase of it, from what I remember, is that there was 13 guns, can you believe that, that were originally stationed up here. And it moved to, I'm going to get this wrong, I reckon, but it was either 6 or 8 in World War II by that point. They've gone through several phases. Which most of these places would do. Why wouldn't you? You can imagine the fact of the matter is that you've got a place like this already. Why not just modernise it up? You know, it's incredibly well built. There we go. This is number 1. We've got one more to go. Weird, it's got a strange acoustic property to it, hasn't it? Like, it's really weird. It's not like any other tunnel system that you go down. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? lights out thing, as traditional with things. 3, 3, 2,
oh my god.
1, go.
It's pretty dark, isn't it?
Ready? Go. One day we're going to do that and some Indian is going to be on the other side.
Like The Descent or whatever that film is.
So I keep always, every time you've got to look in there just in case. So what are you thinking of this torch, Luke, if you get a review on it?
It's
good.
I like the distance on it, because all of the other torches that we have are quite close distance. So it's nice to actually be able to see what's coming up.
I think it's bright enough, isn't it? It's not, I wouldn't say it's a massively bright torch. But then you're sacrificing that for the distance, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, oh look, we can't film this bit. So we're going to see you at the next bit, alright? See you later, guys. Bye. Ow.
What have you done?
Just lifted my knee up. There's a lich, dude. Oh my god. Just breathe in. Fucking hell. Okay, yeah. That is tighter than a. Well, you know what. Okay. Somebody's been using bracelets down here as well.
Excellent. Yeah. It's attached.
Got it. Cool. Got it. By the way, you've got to crouch because it is literally all the way when you go in, mate. And careful because there's a spiky bit.
There's a what?
There's a spiky bit halfway through. That's what I caught my knee on. Let you see it. You see? There. That bit. That's what I launched my fucking knee into.
Oh god, this is difficult. There was this.
Oh, well, I'm muddy as fuck.
Oh, I think it's gone up on my back.
Yeah, I think.
Are you leaving your bag here then?
Oh no, I'm going to take it. It's quite a fucking hell.
No, that looks pretty sweet though.
This one's definitely the better one. Okay.
Follow it. Cheers, buddy.
Right, what's my meat? I was going to get something. No, I wasn't. I was going to put something away. Where's my phone? There. Yeah, it's really narrow, innit?
Oh yeah, I'll have a glow stick up the top there.
Yeah, cool. Practical.
It's going to be awkward.
Apart from getting all the dirt up the fucking bucket.
Just press the button. Are you leaving the torch there?
No. Jesus Christ. That's what I bashed my knee on though, look. That jutty bit of rock.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh no, it should be saying well.
That is a tiny entrance, isn't it? Weird.
Welcome to circuit board. How brilliant. An event up there.
2 seconds.
What am I going to do? I don't really want the glasses.
This one's much, it's much more.
What do you want? There's going to be 2 drawbridges, which is really cool. That we've got to negotiate. Yeah, because I didn't warn you about that. There's a big old gap in the floor.
That sounds interesting. Oh, that was such a catch! Dropped it from my neck and didn't get out of the video. Huh?
Oh, look, there's our first drawbridge,
Oh.
which is literally suspended by.
Jesus Christ. God, this is awkward trying to do this.
Well, that's,
so.
not.
Do you want me to go first? This is weird.
Oh shit.
Right, I've got to do this with no hands.
Dude, it's fucking wobbly. To just hang on. Let me wait.
Once again, I can just lean.
Hold on. Oh no, I was going to say.
I can't. I've got no arms.
Careful.
Well, I do have arms, but it's alright. Crazy.
So that was actually. Let's look at it. Might as well. So this was our drawbridge. Which is one of them. There's going to be another one. Also with the original slot in it. So the idea was that if the French came, this revetment would literally just launch up like this. So there would be so they'd fall in the ditch or not. It would just be a way of stopping the French or any potential invader, although we know it was the French at the time, from coming in. An incredible bit of design. And then look, you can even see where it would have launched from both sides. Look, this is where the ropes would have been attached. So you would have wrapped your rope around there to stop the, from the drawbridge doing its thing. Going through the slots, job done. Great bit of design, simplified. So if you ever want to stop your friendly neighbour from coming into your room, get a drawbridge. We're going to see another one in a minute though. Hopefully that one's still got the wooden bits on it. Left or right?
Let's always go right first.
Wise words, everybody from you. Always go right. So there's our steps. Oh, okay, yeah, we can talk about this. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna tell you, but Luke's gonna go up first. That's cool. This is your light, which is really rare in a Napoleonic fort. This is the steps that lead up to the lights, which will be on your left. You'll see the big old magazine, which is on that side. Big old magazine, empty shell. On the right is part of the drawbridge thing where it carries on, I think. Gotta look on the map again. I'm old and it's been a while. Get over it. Go on then. So that's where you would have put your lights to light up your magazine, which is on your left. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's the big old empty space where all your shells would have gone into.
I assume we can get in there.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Cool.
And on the right.
It's the room. Oh yeah, that leads into the magazine.
If you want, mate, you can crawl up there if you want.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I don't need to, because...
That's fun. But look at the dome. What I love about this is you can't, if you can see, look, it's proper dome shape, look. The way that it just loops up. It's brilliant. Scratch it when we get down. That's all here. Alright, amazing. Stuff that people won't normally show you. And this is wood, believe it or not, look. Looks a lot more solid than that normally. Oh, there's a hole in the floor. That's all the pipes and everything, we won't worry about that.
bit of a squeeze. It's going to be all good for me.
So that, we can go down there, but it's actually, well, there are.
Well, that's the only way to go, isn't it?
Well, no, we're going that way.
Oh, okay, we can go.
Let's go down here first, I suppose, because we know the magazine and everything's behind us. Okay. I'd say hold on to the wall, but to be fair, time has taken its toll quite rapidly in this place. God, that didn't sound good. Another caponiere one. And then an even bigger one. If you guys are ever down in Fort Amherst, let them show you one. Give you a good example. Amazing, isn't it? That red brick. Isn't that crazy? Oh, hang on. That can't be original. Because that's red as well, look. Mm. Sorry guys, we're just checking this out, because that's the red edge of that frame is exactly the same as the red on that brick that's been painted, but that can't be original. Can it? Then that would go on that. Look at it. Look, your frame. Look, holes. There's a nice bit still there. Frames again, look. That can't. If you guys are watching this and you think to yourself, no way, but that's exactly the same colour. Are there any shutters or springs on that? Oh look, there's the two bolt holes. Look, you can see them there, look, on there, on there, one there, look. That looks like a shutter to me. Well, no, that can't. Hang on a minute. Right, watch this everybody, because this has never been done before, so we're going to try something amazingly cool here. Put this here. There's our frame. Will those two latches, that and that, fit precisely on there? Stay tuned for part 2. Sorry, I'm sad. There. Oh my god. Look at that, look. There's the latch, everyone, from that. And that, look, there's our bolt, look. How fucking cool, look. So look, everybody, I'm not cheating, look. There's our bolt from what our frame would have been. Matches right up to that. And then the same on that, look. Welcome to history, everybody. That's fucking amazing. Please don't wreck this when you get to this one. I'm really angry. So that was a shelf, which could have probably held ammunitions, could have held all manner of things. It's just a shelf. But, oh man, that's why I love this. See, look, the red on, they're actually more red. Look, that's actually more the colour on those. So these are going to be the other caponiers. Yep. Oh. as he switches off. Somebody's put a smiley face. Amazing. Well, you've got to do what you've got to do. Well, and that one's been taken out. That's actually quite bad. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some filled up stuff.
Quite impressed they managed to do that. So the idea is that people just come down to this fort just to dump stuff.
Yeah.
Go to all this effort.
Onwards.
Look at this though. Like even how brilliantly is that built? Brickwork is just look at. I mean that is a genius bit of engineering. Look how strong that is. So I think let's have a quick chat whilst we're doing this. So I think really a lot of people. I was always a bit dubious. Me and Luke were always a bit dubious about doing this video because everybody's done it, you know. And yeah, you know, I've been to the other one before, first sight before, a few times. Never really been into this one, so this is kind of new to me as well. And I know that there's loads and loads of videos about this place, but what we want to try and do is just, you know, do something a little bit more different, you know. Try and record it as detailed as possible for the year and the date that it is, which is now 2016. Right, let's go on. Whoa, mother of God. Oh, dude, you've got to film up there. That's fucking cool. Right, crawling time. Roll no, fuck. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. There's no graceful way of ever doing something like this. Come on, then. You want a hand?
No, this should be okay.
Careful, mate, because you will slip. That's cool, isn't it?
It's kind of crazy.
Hang on, do you want me to? Was that better?
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's so weird.
It's amazing, isn't it? Oh, let's do the truffle shuffle. Ow. Careful, mate, because there's some steel piping.
Yeah.
Don't magazine. Careful, you will slide. I guarantee it. So this is our magazine that Luke was up on with the lights.
Oh, yeah.
So you would have had your lights up there. In fact, what is that? Is that one of them?
It's like something.
Looks like something fluorescent, doesn't it? And this, everybody, is the main mother effing magazine. And no amount of torchlight is going to do the side of this bad boy justice. Apparently they've been burying bodies, either that or a big mole. Look. So this would have held all the main artillery ammunition. Can't get any better than that, does it? I want to see what's on the other side of that, because I don't think people have climbed into that. Unless it's actually, oh no, I reckon I know what that does. That follows round.
Wow, that goes up a long way.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be on the other side, isn't it? But another one of those, look.
You going up and over?
No, I think it's not very much, I can see. Yeah, no, it's on the other side. Should we do the lights out on this one?
Yep.
Oh, they can't get us. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Basically, it's dark. Stored in here. Huh?
Can you imagine everything was stored in here?
Candles.
God.
4 candles.
What a chime.
What's that?
I don't know. Good question.
Weird.
4 candles. We can walk round.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's an easier one.
Kill that. You can make me look cool for so long. Oh, and there she is.
Ooh.
So, if you don't know what this is, everybody, let me help you out. You would have put your munitions in this, and they would have cranked it up, and it would have gone right the way. Yeah, that's right, right the way to the top. If you can see that. Yeah. So this in itself is mechanically amazing. So you've got someone sitting there in the pit, cranking that old bad boy up with all your ammunition on here, like a little sort of side thing, it's just sort of going up and up and up. And we'll grab, look, and the thing is, if you look parallel to where we are, the main magazine's holding all the weapons in there. You could slide it through here, I'm assuming, and then through there. That's interesting, that's a little drainage.
Shame they've been smashed.
Yeah, still cool. So yeah, that in itself is just history right there.
Yeah.
Isn't it, really? If you want to know what that's like. So you can imagine if it was ever on fully used. It probably was in World War II, but the original plan to what it was. Imagine them guns going on top. And the thing is, as we've mentioned before, things like this, what you've got to bear in mind is these corridors are quite narrow. You know. That's the other side of the magazine.
Oh yeah, that's where you...
With a hole, yeah.
Cool. So we went right there, I guess.
Yeah, so let's just have a
We're
quick
going to go right here then, surely. I guess it's important to know where your exits are.
That is our exit. Okay. But we've got to go this way. Because we haven't seen the other drawbridge yet.
Nope.
I love people when they leave broken glass here, it's just a good thing. Somebody else. I'm so not used to a torch being really good at distance. So I'm kind of like... Here's our other drawbridge. You smell that?
Well, I'm ill, so I can't really smell anything.
It smells really weird. It smells like turpentine or something.
I definitely can't smell it. This one's deeper than the other one. Jesus, so many noises. I'll go first.
No, it's all right. I think you're going to be okay-ish.
Well, there's a wood
Yeah.
underneath it as well. Oh. Another climbing obstacle.
I don't think there's anything on the inside.
this be another entrance, do you think?
Yeah, this would have been the V shape, so you would have had the one that we came down without giving the location away. And then this is the parallel one. So again, yeah, there's nothing there really.
It's kind of worrying to think where all this concrete and bricks and stuff's come from.
Okay, mate. So yeah, look. We could go down there for you, everyone, but you can see there ain't much there. Actually, sorry, I'm just going to be really...
That's like proper concrete.
Adventurous. Yeah, so this stuff is part of the demolition that was made in 1956. And we are gonna go up just to show you a little bit of it, because as with everybody, they always seem to neglect that there is a up and a below when it comes to a fort. And it will be titled Green Fort anyway, so but we're going to show you above because we feel that it's important that we show you the ditches that are there, because they're quite significant. You know, you've got a big, you know, revetment and a lot of ditches, but these are the entrances that would have been into the main magazine. And as you can see, there's two drawbridges, because the last thing you want your enemy to do is come in and destroy your main magazine, because that motherfucker's going to blow. You get a direct hit on that bad boy without being swearing too much. I'm sorry about that, but you know what I mean. But there you go. So this was Green Fort from the inside. You've pretty much seen it. Do you want to film it on the way back or not? It's up to you, mate. We've done everything we needed to do. I'll tell you what, actually, let's film a little bit on the way back, because it's always good just to sort of everybody just to sort of see. Sometimes we're quite selfish and we only do one way. It's kind of good just to sort of see us come back as well, because otherwise, you know, you don't know, do you? So, okay, let's do it then. Let's just head our way back.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That was worse than the way over.
I swear that weren't as...
That was... I must have trod in the wrong place.
Thanks
Please
for that, mate.
be careful, because that dips a lot more than blind ones.
Guys can probably tell is that we're going on so we just come off of one drawbridge, as you can see, and the idea is that we're gonna, this is the big magazine right here in front of us that surrounds, what's the main magazine it's called, and then obviously this is our other drawbridge. You can see, like I said, we've talked about it a lot on these videos, but the construction of this place is nothing short of incredible. So, see that there's, just noticed those, there probably would have been a door here or some, yeah, probably would have been a door, and these probably would have been bolt holes. You can imagine, I'm assuming that they probably would have had like wooden slots going across these that probably would have linked up.
Got my foot on this. Ooh.
So the next part of the video we're going to film is going to be the final bit where we're up on top and you guys can get to really see the magnitude of this place in terms of the ditches that are still available on here. And then that's it, that'll be Graham Fort done. Very exciting and very cool. So we'll see you guys up top, right? See you in a minute. So thank you so much for watching this video first off. Me and Luke have been doing this whole urban exploring thing for a while, as you know, and to come back to a place and actually record it has been a real good honour for us to do. We're knackered. Clues in the title of what we might be doing next. I'm not going to give too much away, but we will do that at some point later on for you guys. But thank you to everybody watching this. As always, we are now on the final part of this video. So we're on the top of Graham Fort before Luke falls in the ditch, which is what it was designed for. Bless him, he's got a cold. So here we are, and this is what would have been where the guns would have been placed, and they would have been looking out all across here. So we've got the swale to the right of us, which obviously goes into Sheerness, and then this is our first entry point to the Thames. And should Napoleon have come here, these big old guns that would have been located all around here hopefully would have done the trick. Hopefully, but we never know, do we? Because it never happened. But in World War II, like I said, had another pivotal use, and obviously it linked up with our coastal sea defences. Amazing bits of history seen today. I'm really lucky that we've managed to see all this stuff today. Under the elements, Luke's got a cold. I had a major heavy night last night. If you're watching, certain people, you know who you are. You're responsible. So we came here today not feeling 110% as we normally do, but it's been totally worth it. To see some of the differences from coming here last time to where we are now, amazing. Hopefully you've had the great experience as well of joining us. Thank you so much. Luke, do you want to say goodbye?
No.
Okay, but before I do say goodbye, what I'm going to do is in the about section below for Luke, he's got an Instagram page, everyone, where he does photography, and he's so good at it. And what's even better about it is that actually you get to see some of the photos of the urban explores that we've done in the past year or so in photography mode. So you actually get to see them, which is really cool. So go, I'll send a link down below. You guys check it out. He's a really great photographer, as always. Not just saying that 'cause my friend, but he's really good at what he does. Check it out. See you guys later. Take care, everyone. Bye.